Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. And we are having coffee. That's normally what I do on my channel, on my YouTube page. But today I was prompted by the seriousness of life and what's going on in our world to do a reading on the December energy update. What's happening? There's a lot of fire in the world right now. Very graphically, Mauna Loa is erupting, hasn't erupted in 40 years. In China, the people are protesting this big C lockdown that is happening with zero to no regard for the people and what it's producing within them, the starvation, the lack, the fear, and the fire is arising in the bellies of the Chinese people. As a whole, our world is erupting. Things are happening that are just outrageous. We're beginning to see the underbelly of the governing bodies through the years, not just the US. And this isn't just governments. This is those above the governments, the ones that are the purse strings, pulling the strings, dictating what goes on. And so it is very much time for us in our power to stand in our power. So, the first card that came up was the Mother card, and this is all about perception. This is about, we always talk about mother's intuition. This is what this is about. This is cluing into your intuition, trusting your gut feelings, really starting to live from your spiritual, energetic power, not under the leadership of others, the church, whoever is telling you to just be calm, sit down, relax, just everything's going to be fine. It's all sunshine and roses. Just focus on what you want. While that is a powerful energy to use your focus, we have to wake up to what's going on and our part in the process. And our part really is to begin allowing that fire in our belly to come forward. We need to be seen. This next card is a Six of Gabriel from the Archangel Power Tarot deck. And what it says is, congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project. Exactly what that means in this reading is that, we've been we've been searching our spiritual aspects, but the truth is we've been hiding for many reasons. Many of the light workers have been prosecuted throughout lifetimes, have been persecuted, have been killed for our gifts and our voices in that. And so we've come back at this time in history to help. So it is time that we shake off that shackle of fear and be seen in the fire that we are, the change agent, the ones who will assist in making this change in the world. And what that looks like is us shining our light, being willing to speak our truth. The gifts that we've got are evident now. And that's kind of scary for some of us. On a very temporal level, it's people are going to think I've lost my mind. People are going to think I'm crazy. Screw what people think. It is time for you to stand in your power. The next card is your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Shed love throughout the world. Give some time to shedding love on China. We are not separate. If the big C showed us anything, is that we are intimately connected with our very life force to the rest of the world. What happens in China happens here. We are not far removed from that. The truth is, what's keeping it from happening here is really what that very powerful upper elite wants to have happen. They want to get the very thing that is keeping us in a state of freedom, and that is our protection, the guns. I know this is very controversial. I know many of you feel like they are the problem. Here's the truth. The things that have been acted, the very mass things are very much triggered in something. I have been given the understanding that the video games, those very, very immersive video programs have built-in triggers, and those beings that are playing them and are very much absorbed in that world, a trigger is flipped for them, and they go out and do some massive damage. It is in an effort to get our guns. Am I a warmonger? No, but I want my family protected. I want my freedoms protected. And that's not what this video is about, but this is the truth. The people in China have no recourse except to lay down their bodies like they did in Tiananmen Square many years ago. That's what's beginning to happen for them. So, I am a warrior. I do want the ability to protect our country. And so, it is time to focus in your inner light, your inner power. It may seem like a dichotomy, but it is not. The Buddha was very much the middle road, the middle way of living, balance. The truth is, if you enter my house to harm my family, I'm not going to allow that to happen. I am going to use the forces I have available to me to stop you. Do I want to kill anyone? No. I don't want that to be in my reality, but it may. And I have the right at this time to protect myself. So it is time to stop worrying. It is time to focus our energy on the exposure of the dark forces. And that is done through shining your light. Yes, love is that transformational energy. Give it more to yourself right now, because those of us who need to shine our light really have been hiding. And we have been afraid to show who we were because of past life energy, as well as our ancestral energy, many of who suffered for who they were as well. There is the next card is, particularly in our country, most of us have very much to be grateful for. Do focus on that. That does expand your life. And if you're in a rough spot right now and don't feel very grateful, let me invite you again to get to the very basics. You can walk, you can talk, you can see, you can hear. Whatever you are capable of, if you have a roof over your head, if water comes out of your tap, if you have clean water to drink, if your family is healthy, if your family is safe, all of these very basic things to be grateful for, especially in times when we're in turmoil inside. And if you're a light worker being prompted to show up, um, it is time, and you are probably in turmoil and fear is coming up. Focus on the gratefulness that dispels the fear within and gives you strength to show up in the world for everything you came to be. Fire is destroying and purifying, as we know from the phoenix rising from the ashes. The results of a volcano add to the physical land wherever it is erupting. But before that comes a breakdown many times. That's a breakdown of the sides of that volcanic mountain, letting the lava flow. Now, at this time in Hawaii, there are two volcanoes erupting, and this hasn't happened in a very long time. Very fiery energy. It's a very graphic energy. It is time to allow the inner fires within you to be ignited by dispelling the fear. Gratitude work is one way to do that. Shedding love. Go into your heart space. Imagine what it feels like to be loved by you. For many of us, that's how it feels when we give love to our children, or we think about our children, our grandchildren. That powerful love, turn it around to you, and then send it out into the world for transformation and healing. There are some in those upper dark powers that will respond to the light. Others are going to run from it. Remember, one candle lights an entire room. The more of us that wake up to the truth of our power and our light in the world, the more powerful the light becomes. The darkness is already clinging to the edges of their existence because of who already has woken up. More of us are needed to continue to move it out until it falls off the edge of reality and we move into a place of 1,000 years of peace, of greater love. The next card that came up is Fated Meeting. We are not alone in our journey. This month, there will be someone who steps into your life that can help fuel your work in the world. And together, the light expands. It can be in a business way, it can be in a personal building your tribe way and affecting the tribe that you have in a positive growth aspect. And so, be open, willing, and ready, which is the mantra I teach most often, to receive the insights, the guidance, to respond to your inner knowing, that truth that you know is there that you have been afraid to respond to. Now is the time, and someone's going to enter into your life this month in some way that helps fuel that. The next card that came up was the Karmic Trench. We have energies we brought forward that we have been embroiled in still. We brought it forward into this lifetime because we did not fully understand what it was that we wanted to learn from it in a last lifetime or more than one lifetime. This is the lifetime we get to clear our karmic energy. We get to fully glean from it the understanding that was intended when we brought it in, and pay the debts due because of this, and the lessons learned are counted as learned now. This is very powerful because much of the time that karmic past life energy can keep us contained. Again, maybe we were a persecutor of those of the light in a past life, and that is what we're understanding in this life, is the power they had and how wrong it was. We can ask forgiveness of our past unknowingness and release that energy. We have also brought through energies of the ancestors. We always have, through that DNA. We don't just bring in muscle, bone, tissue, hair, eye color. We bring in the traumas they experienced, the big energies that ruled their lives. We have the ability in this lifetime to clear for them, which opens them up even more to work with us from the other side, because there's, that veil is very thin between the living and those who have transitioned into that other dimension. They are willing to help us. They would like to help us, as well as our guides, the angels that walk with us, our spirit guides, our companions are all there. All we need do is give them permission to come in and help us. If you are in fear about showing who you truly are in this lifetime, ask for your strongest spirit guide to come through to help give you the guidance, the wisdom, the understanding, the awareness, and the courage to shine your light into the darkness. And then the last card that caps this reading is Will, Wisdom, and Mind. The power of our willingness to show up is huge. If you connect to your God, creator, the universe, source energy, the great I am, Buddha, Allah, whoever you believe to be that higher power, it does not matter what we name them or call them. That is not the thing. The thing is that we do call them. That gives them the permission to give us awarenesses and inklings and understandings to help us fully expand into this lifetime that we chose to come in to help this huge transition the world is going through. Again, I have said many times, this is like that third stage of the birthing process. And all of you who have given birth, particularly naturally, know that that is that time when you go, I can't do this. This is too much. We are there. And that is why it's very important for you to bring in all of your allies and your spirit helpers to give you the courage and the strength to show up in this lifetime and the wisdom of what that looks like in you. So, an incredibly powerful reading. We started with perception, the mother energy, that motherly intuition that all of us have, regardless of your sex. We all have the intuitive aspects. It is time to tune in and honor that more. Will, wisdom, and mind, that beautiful Celtic triangle. It is important that we bring in all the aspects of who we are into our conscious focus, and be willing, open, and ready to receive from our higher gift, our higher powers, our gifts, our understandings, our path, and so simply our next best step. That is all we need to step into here. We need nothing more than that, because that is in all of that we do. So, a hugely powerful reading for this first day of December 2022. Much fire in the belly needs to be allowed to expand in us. The world is on fire in many ways. Many of the evils that have been pervasive, many of the lies that we have been told are coming to light. And honestly, a lot of the lies and the control is within the religious community, not the people that are there. The people that are there are looking to these leaders who are evil, who want nothing more than control. And that is what is beginning to break down. The eyes of people are being opened in the world. It is time now for us to show up. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like this, subscribe to my channel, share this video to help these messages get out to those who need to hear exactly this today. Thanks again. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.